Hey everybody, it's Patrick, and today is September 24th, and I am down to 212.2 pounds, which means in this past week I've lost nearly 4 pounds, so that's up from my previous weeks of 3 pounds each. Also, it has been officially 1 month, or at least 4 weeks anyway, since I started my weight loss journey, and I am now down from 225 to say 212 for round numbers. So I've lost 13 pounds in a month. Not exactly biggest loser numbers, but I am certainly pleased. Which also means that if I can keep things up, I may be able to get under 200 pounds by Halloween, which was kind of a little goal of mine. In addition to the actual weight loss, I've taken up to read off the sheet here, so I apologize while I'm looking away. I have lost an inch off of my chest, 2.5 inches off my waist, an inch off my thighs, and an inch off my neck. And to be honest, probably the only noticeable thing about that really has been my neck. One of the downsides of losing weight is that I recently rediscovered my Adam's apple and then subsequently cut the crap out of it while I was shaving. So there's a downside to losing weight. Your Adam's apple comes back if you have an Adam's apple, I guess. Um, so just as part of the 1 month wrap up, I thought I'd show off the cool calendar that Laura made me. It's kind of hard to see all the goofy little happy face stickers, but if you look on the Mondays, I've written in the weights that I came in as well as larger happy faces. And so, just to kind of keep me on track, although we're getting towards the end of the calendar, so I may have to make a new one. Some folks have asked me kind of what specifically I have been doing. There's no real magic bullet or like a rocket science type of answer, but I've been keeping track of my calories. I use an app on my cell phone called MyFitnessPal, and in addition to tons of just regular foods in there that are and not only does it have the calories, but it has the nutritional breakdown, so you know exactly how much salt you're getting, how many grams of fiber, how much in the way of carbohydrates, protein, fat, etc. In addition to all the regular foods, it also has a ton of restaurant food and other common things that seem to come up quite a bit. And I believe people can add to it, so it helps. You'll sometimes at the cross reference, you might have the same sandwich in there with slightly different combinations, say from Subway, and so you have to kind of fiddle with it depending on what you put on your sandwich. So in addition to watching my calories, I'm drinking tons of water. I drink probably 3 or 4 of these a day. This is 26 ounces of water, and so it tells you I've been drinking a lot of water and peeing a lot. Um, my diet's consistent. I'm trying to eat lots more produce, which keeps you full typically, but doesn't really give you a ton of calories. Um, I'm staying away from the juicing part because I'm trying to avoid spiking my blood sugar all the time with fruit juice. So if I have been doing juices, it's been fairly veggie friendly, mostly kale and spinach, things like that, with a little bit of apples and carrots to kind of give it at least a little bit of flavor that I can drink. I'm trying to cook more often, kind of hard, get home fairly late most days. I really should break down and start cooking lots of stuff all in one day and packaging it up. That's mostly a matter of fridge space for me. So in addition to the food issues of just doing good stuff, what I've also done is cut out the bad stuff. I think in the course of the last month, I've had 2 cookies. They were probably 50 calories a pop, and so I fit them into my allowance. And additionally, I've had only one soda the entire month, and it was a diet soda. And then I've had 2 beers, spaced out. I didn't have them the same night, but in those cases, I fit those into my calorie totals, so I don't feel too bad about them. But however, I do give myself one cheat meal a week where I just don't bother to record it. I think that's mostly just for my own um, feelings, just so that it feels like a treat. It may very well be if I treat myself to a couple slices of pizza, that they're not actually going to break my calorie allowance for the day, but it feels like a treat by not recording it. So I'm going to keep doing it. I've also started cutting out all meat at least one day a week on purpose. There's some days where it just happens I don't eat meat for whatever reason, with the way whatever I cook or this and that. But I'm trying to go without meat once a week just to see if it gives me any difference, if I feel any different. I went vegetarian for 2 months, a year and a half ago, and I don't remember feeling significantly different, but I was also significantly overweight. So it could be that they work in concert. Um, for my working out, what I've been doing is I have my Fitbit, which I neglect to have on me right here because I have it plugged in to charge. What it does is it keeps track of how many steps I take per day, as well as how many flights of stairs I go up and down, etc. So what I try to do is I try to make sure I get at least 10,000 steps a day in. Typically, I meet that just by going to and from the train downtown to the school and back and walk around the school all day. The days where I'm not doing that, I typically take one good long walk to make sure that I can hit my quota. In addition to the making sure that I'm just more active in general like that, I'm also doing at least one workout per day. Typically, it's been P90X, and I'm beginning the 5th week of that. So um, last week was kind of a down week with it. The 4th week of P90X is a little bit lighter, more stretching and yoga, and less crazy want to throw up after you're done working out. But this week it starts ramping it up again. So I do that most days. The days where I have an opportunity to use an actual gym at school, I do that because I do like to actually just go and lift weights. It makes me feel better, even if it's not actually doing much in the long run for my strength. But makes me feel better. It's a good workout. So that's really the big things I've done. I am more than welcome to entertain any questions people might throw at me via the YouTube channel. I guess just right down below in the little comment box, or people can put it on my MySpace or however they want to do it. I'll go ahead and answer. But I'd like to thank everybody for their continued support. Nobody's given me any grief at all, which is good. Granted, I haven't taken my shirt off again, so that probably prevents some of the grief. But I uh, value any feedback and stories people give me. So let me know if there's anything else I can provide. Thanks, guys.